Alhamdulillah, as-salatu was-salamu ala rasulil kareem, amma ba'ad, fa'awzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Allahumma faqihna fid din. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I hope and pray you all are doing good. This is our lesson 52 of Let's Learn Arabic Grammar. So let's start with dua. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Rabbi yassir wa la tu'assir wa tammim bil khair wa bika nasta'inu ya fattahu ya fattahu ya fattahu. Allahumma faqihna fid din. Ameen. So in this video, in this lesson, we topic is kana wa akhwatuha. Kana is a type of incomplete fail, and wa akhwatuhu, kana wa akhwatuha means kana and its sisters. So all the fail in this group are incomplete fail. So they are grouped together. And in grammar, this is the very well-known topic in Arabic Nahu session. Kana wa akhwatuha. So let's see what is an incomplete fail. Fail naqis, failun naqisun is an incomplete fail because even with its file, it doesn't make complete sense. So even if its file combines with it, or it is embedded, the file is embedded in the fail, still it doesn't make complete sense. Important points about this, as it is said that it doesn't complete its meaning with its file, so it needs clarification. So to clarify its meaning, it requires a detail, mansoob ism, right? In addition to the doer of the fail, it needs a detail, which is a mansoob ism. And fail naqis, though it's a fail, but when it comes in a sentence, that in sentence is considered jumla ismiya, not jumla failure. So the doer of the fail naqis is known as its ism. Okay, so the doer file of fail naqis is known as its ism, and its detail, which is in nasb status, is known as its khabar. Okay, this is important. The doer of fail naqis, any fail naqis in the group, the doer of fail naqis is known as its ism, and the detail, which is in nasb status, is of that particular fail, is known as khabar of that fail. Okay, so the next one, as this is emphasized again, because these are all fail naqis. These are all fail, but incomplete fail. So this is emphasized that a sentence having fail naqis is considered a jumla ismiya. It is not a jumla failure. Okay. Now let's go through the introduction of whole group, kana and its sisters. Kana and kana wa akhwatuha. So these are a set of افعال that are incomplete in meaning, and the افعال ناقصه are also known as kana wa akhwatuha, kana and her sisters. This is because kana is the most commonly used fail naqis. And here on this page we have six from the same group. Kana is the first one because it is most commonly used, and kana means to be. If you look at the word kana. Kana is 3-letter word, and you know 3-letter word are usually in this form. Kawana or kana is fele madi, and fele madi past tense with hua embedded in it, right? So kana means he was, or if you like meaning wise, to be. Was is a form of be. So asbaha yusbihu, to become something. Zalla yazullu, to remain doing something, or to remain in some state. Mazala la yazalu, mazala or la yazalu, to still be in some state, or to still doing something. Madama means as long as someone is doing something, as long as someone is in particular situation, condition. So madama means as long as, or as much as. Laisa means he is not. Okay, Laisa, because you know in all these past tense form, it has hua in it, past and present both. Kana yakunu, it has hua as an inside doer. So laisa means he is not. Kana means he was. Asbaha, he became. Dhalla, he remained. Mazala, he is still doing something. He was still doing something. Or so he is embedded in this original form. Laisa means he is not. Okay. Now let's go through some description. You just saw 6 of the whole group. As a whole group, there are these are 13. Kana wa khwatuha are 13 in number. So 6 are on this page. And as you just saw these and its meaning, you notice that the af'al on this page do not convey a complete thought. For example, if you hear someone say kana, means he was, you would be left with the question, what or who was he? What was he or who was he? Compare this to a normal fi'l like akala. Akala means he ate. So it's a complete meaning. He ate. It has a fail and the file also, and he did something, and that a definite action, right? This is he ate is a complete sentence as it conveys a complete thought. So overall, because af'al in this group are incomplete in meaning, they do not operate like a normal fail. This is important thing. Grammatically, they do not operate like a normal fail. In fact, a sentence that contains a fail in naqis is not considered jumla failure. It is considered jumla ismiya. So though these are all 13 in this group are fail af'al, but when they come in a sentence, that sentence is considered a jumla ismiya. Okay, so far so good. Okay, now another point, that in a regular jumla ismiya, we learn about is and right. So the part before is was we label as mubtada, and the part after is the khabar or mutaliq bil khabar in a regular jumla ismiya. Any jumla ismiya, the part before is mubtada and part after is khabar or mutaliq bil khabar. But in this new type of jumla ismiya, meaning the one containing افعال ناقصه, any of the incomplete fail. So any jumla ismiya containing افعال ناقصه, in those type of sentence, let me change the color. The part before was like kana. Kana means he was. So kana is one word, he was. So the part before was, or any of the other sisters of kana, like Laisa or Asbaha. So the part before was is mubtada. And the part after this fail naqis is the khabar or mutalib bil khabar. Okay? With example, inshallah, you will see it very clearly. Another difference is that in a regular jumla ismiya, the particular is in a regular jumla ismiya is invisible. You can't see the is in regular jumla ismiya, but in this type of jumla ismiya, in which you see kana, asbaha or laisa or the so all these sentences use the was or any type of other fa'il naqisa. This was is not invisible. Okay, you can see was in the form of fi'l naqis. So, and actually it is considered as part of the mubtada. So if you see kana, laisa, asbaha, dhalla, thara, all these have inside doer huwa, or they might have outside file also. So the fail naqis and its file together form mubtada. Okay, so was is included in that mubtada. It is not invisible in this type of jumla ismiya. If you have any question, you can ask me during interactive session. Okay, so one thing, in a regular jumla ismiya, the is invisible, and the part before is mubtada, after is khabar. But in this particular type of jumla ismiya, you will see fi'l naqis, which is mubtada, and its ism, which is its file, together form mubtada, and the rest is either khabar or mutalik bil khabar. Okay, now these are the 13 sisters. Kana wa akhwatuha. Kana, why? You know, already know, kana is the most frequently coming out of this group. And these are af'alun naqisa, incomplete fail, tadkhulu ala al-mubtada wal khabar. These enter onto the mubtada and the khabar. Fatarfa'ul mubtada, and they make the mubtada rafa, in rafa status. Wa yusamma ismuha, and it is named as its ism. Wa tansibul khabar, and they give these give the khabar a nasb status. Nasabify. Like they give the khabar a nasb status, and that khabar, wa yusamma khabraha, and they give khabar, its khabar, they give the name to that mansub ism, khabruha, khabar of that fi'l naqisa. Okay, so you can see these three. And another, like I rearranged in this chart, in this table, and the reason there is reason to rearrange these afal naqisa. On the first row, I wrote two most frequent out of this group, kana and laisa. Though asbaha is also very frequent, but I put asbaha in the second row, and there's a reason behind it. Okay, kana, laisa, thara, dhalla, then asbaha, adha, amsa, bata. The reason I put all these four in the second row is because these four have embedded meaning of becoming something, okay, or to be at particular time of the day. Like asbaha is either means to become or to begin a new day, right? So it has an embedded meaning of to be in the morning or to appear in the morning. So asbaha is related to morning. Adha has means to bring to light or to make visible, to make it make something brighten, or the time when sunlight brightens all other things. So adha means again to make visible. So this one has like meaning of afternoon, morning, afternoon. Amsa has a meaning of evening, embedded meaning, and bata night. So that's why I put all these together to make it easier to memorize. Okay, so amsa means to enter into the evening. So, or to be at the time of the evening or to spend the evening. And bata means to spend night, to stay overnight. Actually, bait, house is the place where you stay overnight. So bata, to spend the night, to stay overnight, to be at the time of the night. So these are four sisters of kana. Now coming back to the first row, kana, any form of be, to be, was, has been, had been, and maybe used to do something. So you will say kana in sentences, and you will see these translation. Has been, or always been, or used to do something. So these are the embedded meanings. Laisa means not to be, not to be. He is not. Sara means to come to or to arrive, to change into something. Sara has an embedded meaning of change, like something was different and then became something. To come to or to arrive. And then Zalla, to remain. Zalla means to remain or to keep doing something. To remain or to keep doing something. So there is istimrar, doing something again and again, or keep doing something. Okay. Then I arrange all rest of the five Kana sisters together, all having ma in the beginning. So ma zala, ma dama, ma baraha, ma fata, and then ma anfaka. Ma zala, zala, zawala, zayala, zala yazalu means to come to end, right? But mazala, with mazala, manafia, to still to be, to continue doing something. So opposite to come to an end, right? So is to still to be doing something, to continue doing something, to still to be in some position. So that is the meaning. Ma dama means as long as someone is doing something. Doing something as long as someone is in some situation or condition. Ma baraha, he is still in. Baraha means to move on or to change into something. But ma baraha, he is still the same. He is still in that condition, or he is still in the same situation, doing something. Ma fata, not to cease to be, not to cease doing something. Okay. Then these are all family one. Zala, dama, baraha, fata. These are all family one past tense. Even in this, these are all like kana, laisa, Sara. These are all family one, in family one past tense. Zalla is also family one past tense. But asbaha, adha, amsa, these are family four. Bab, if'al. Okay. Bata is family one. Then ma anfaka. Ma anfaka means not to separate oneself. Not to separate oneself, not to cease doing something. Actually, the actual root letter is fa, kaf, and kaf, and kaf. Okay. Anfaka is family 7. Anfaka is family 7. Ma anfaka. Now check out meaning of each one. Okay, let's do a quick review of these and see the dictionary meaning of these. Okay. So here are these. Sara, Sara Yasiru. Sara Yasiru. So this is Daraba Yadribu. Daraba Yadribu family. To become, to begin, to commence, to get into a situation, to set in, to fall to someone's. So it has a meaning of changing into something, becoming something. Like before it was something else, and now it became something else. So this is about Sara Yasiru. And then we have Dhalla Yazilu. Dhalla, to remain in a place or in a situation, to persist. So to keep doing something. Okay. Asbaha. Asbaha means to begin a new day. And this is family 4, Bab افعال. Or to wake up in the morning, to be or be found in the morning. Asbaha. Okay. Asbahu sabah, it became morning. Asbaha ala khair, to have a good morning. Then adha. Adha, to become visible, to appear, to be struck by the sun rays. Fourth, because adha is family 4. To bring to light, make visible, to come to be. Okay, so these are the meaning of asbaha. Then amsa. Amsa, again we need to see in the family 4, bab ifal, to enter into evening, to be or become in the evening, to spend the evening. Then bata, Bata to bata yabitu is again daraba yadribu, family, daraba, family, to pass or spend the night, to stay overnight. To become or to come to be, to get or to have gotten into a situation or state also. This is also the meaning of bata yabitu. And then ma baraha. Ma baraha, remember ma baraha? Baraha means to move or go away or to leave or to depart. Ma baraha means to he is still in the in that place, or he is still in the same situation. Or like if we say ma baraha ghaniya, he is still rich. Okay. Then we have ma fata. Fata means fata yaftau, bab fataha se, not to cease to be. But ma fata always comes with negation, with ma. Okay. So with negation, with ma, or if we can say ma fata means not to cease to be or to desist, not to cease doing something or doing something incessantly. Okay, ma dama means as long as in as much as. Ma dama hayyan, as long as he is alive. Okay, ma dama hayyan. Hayyan is the khabar of dama. Okay, ma dama, as long as he is alive. Then I think this is the last one, lam yanfak. La yanfak, lam yanfak, or ma yanfak. This you can see this family 7. To be separate, yanfak means to be separated, be disjoined. But ma yanfak or lam yanfak means not to stop doing or keep doing, or not to be separated, or keep attached to something, keeping attached to something, opposite to of separation. Okay. So these are the meaning, and let's go back to our slide presentation. Okay. So I hope you learn, like these are helpful, the word-to-word meaning of these all group, all 13 افعال ناقصه. Okay, so now we have another subtopic, which is sentence structure with افعال ناقصه. We know that افعال ناقصه, when you see فعل ناقص, then it's جملة اسمية. Kana and its sister. Either you see kana or asbaha or dhadla or thara or laisa, then it's a jumla ismiya. It's not a jumla failure. So if it's a jumla ismiya, then you would label it with mubtada and khabar, right? Mubtada and khabar. So once on a sentence level, this jumla ismiya would contain a mubtada and either a khabar or a mutaliq bil khabar. Okay. Just for the practice, if you let's think that these are just regular sentences. Okay, though they are not. They are all these sentences are in English. Let's see if you can separate the mubtada, the subject, and the predicate. Subject, predicate, and if you find any mutaliq bil khabar, MBK. So this they remained in the house. So there is the subject. Then you have remained khabar, and in the house MBK, right? We subject, were surprised can be a khabar. Just remember, we are treating these sentences as regular sentence, and just seeing where the mubtada and the khabar is, if we consider these as regular sentences. Those gangsters, subject, mubtada, became firefighters. So that's the khabar. I am still, I is subject, and still, am still waiting is khabar. Our company, subject, is still on the 6th floor, right? Khabar. He is not a student, then it's a khabar. So this is a practice, a first drill. And the thing is, the reason why we are doing is, in regular Jumla Ismiya, we have Mubtada, Khabar, and Mutaliq bil Khabar. But in next slide, you would see that, and you can also appreciate here that these are actually افعال ناقصه, because they have the meaning of remain, were, is still, became, is still, is not. Okay, so you will see how we are going to analyze these sentences on the basis of grammatical structure of Jumla Ismiya with a fail naqis. Okay, in the next slide. And according to this grammatical rule. According to this grammatical rule, mubtada in a Jumla Ismiya with a fail naqis. A Jumla Ismiya that contains a fail naqis, what happens to mubtada in that Jumla Ismiya? That's Jumla Ismiya containing fail naqis in it. The mubtada is always made up of two components. So this type of Jumla Ismiya that we are learning in reference to fail naqis, this type of Jumla Ismiya, mubtada is made up of two components. First is the fail naqis, the incomplete fail, like kana, thara, zalla, asbaha, amsa, madama, all those kind of words. So those are fail naqis, and you may see in either in past tense or present tense, fail madi or mudare. Like you may see kana or yakunu, asbaha or yusbihu. So you may see either the past tense or the mudare form. So the mubtada in that sentence is made up of two components. First is the fail, the incomplete fail itself, and the second component is the doer or the file of that fail naqis. But we are not going to say that file a file. We are going to label that file of fail naqis as ismu kana, or ism of any of its sister. Like if it's a kana sentence, then the doer of kana will be labeled as ismu kana. And if it's an asbaha sentence, then the doer of asbaha will be labeled as ismu asbaha. Or if it's a sentence with laysa in it, then the doer of laysa will be labeled as ismu laysa. Okay, and because file is always in rafa form, so the ism of kana or ism of any of its sisters are always in rafa status. Okay, so far so good. Okay, now the next slide. Again, same sentences, but now we are going to label mubtada, in which we see the fail naqis along with its file. So first, what you are going to do, you are going to identify mubtada. When you like, how do you identify mubtada in this particular type of jumla ismiya containing fail naqis? So first, because you know mubtada is in this type of jumla ismiya with fail naqis. In that case, mubtada equals to the fail naqis itself plus its doer. Okay, plus its doer. So here are the same sentences. First, you need to identify where fail naqis is to remain, zalla, were, kana, became, asbaha, is still waiting, again zalla, is still on the same on the floor, mazala, or something like that, right? Is still, is still, hold on, is still, and is not is laysa. Okay, is not is laysa. So this is first part of mubtada. Hold on, not this one. Waiting is not. Am is still is fail naqis. Okay. Now mubtada is incomplete because in this type of jumla ismiya, mubtada needs fail naqis plus its doer, which is called its ism. So who remained? They remained. So they remained is also the part of mubtada. We were. We is the doer of the kana. So we is also part of mubtada. I is also part of mubtada. Those gangsters outside doer of asbaha also mubtada, part of mubtada. Ismu asbaha, ismu dhalla. Okay, then our company, again doer, part of mubtada. Laisa, he is not, he is mubtada, part of mubtada. Okay, so here we just analyze the underline or emphasize or underscore the mubtada in that type of sentence. Now moving on, now let's move on to the khabar of that. What is the khabar of that sentence and what's the status of that khabar? Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Oh no, first we need to learn the rules of the ism of that fail naqis. Okay, so just like you have a fail and the doer of that fail, because the doer of this fail naqis we call ism. Ismu it's ism. So that's why it follows the same rule of doer. So the rules of the ism of a fail naqis and the rules of a file are exactly the same. And you know the file, the doer can be outside or inside, right? And outside doer you would find, you will try to find when the fail is either in hua or hiya form. So when the fail is in hua or hiya form, you will have the ism which is outside. The file, the doer which is outside, and we call it ism. The ism is outside, but that ism which is outside, it must be marfu and must come after the fail. In Arabic sentence, it must come after the fail. In translation, you may see they remain in on the same floor, right? But in English translation, you may see the ism before. But in Arabic sentence, the marfu ism must come after the fail. And the fail must be in hua or hiya form to have an outside doer. Otherwise, if it's not hua or hiya form, you can see an ism which is in rafa status, and it is attached to the fail, like in past tense you have vowel jama, kanu, asbahu, or you can have a attached pronoun like ta, kunta, kuntum, so which simply conjugates according to that pronoun. And this conjugation, inshallah, we will be learning this conjugation of each member of this fail naqas group. Inshallah, these conjugation we'll be doing in the next lesson, not today. Okay, but just keep in mind that if it's an inside doer, then you may you will have an attached pronoun with all these afal. Now coming back to the khabar in that particular type of jumla ismiya containing fi'l naqis. So khabar can be a single word or a fragment, just like we have khabar in an ordinary jumla ismiya, in a regular sentence. Just like in a regular sentence, we can have a single word khabar or a fragment, or it can be another jumla. Okay. But as far as grammar rule is concerned, the only difference between the khabar of a fi'l naqis and a normal khabar in a regular jumla ismiya is that when a sentence contains a fi'l naqis, kana, or its sisters, the khabar is always mansoob. The khabar is mansoob. Contrast this with an ordinary jumla ismiya where the khabar is marfu. Okay, so this is about the khabar of the sentence. And in addition to a khabar, you may have a mutaliq bil khabar, or you may not have a khabar and you may have only mutaliq bil khabar, right? Just like in ordinary regular sentence, a sentence only requires one of the two to be considered complete. So you may have a khabar which is nasb in status, or you may have mutaliq bil khabar only. So, and you know, mutaliq bil khabar is made up of either a jar majroor fragment or a special mudaf of time or place, which is zarf fragment. Okay. Now here are some examples. Wakana wa'adu rabbi haqqa. Wow is harf, so we are not going to analyze it. But kana, you can say, you can see it's a fi'l naqis, right? So red in mubtada in red. Kana is fi'l naqis. It is in hua form. Hua form, so it can have an outside doer, which is in rafa status. Wa'du is in rafa status. So wa'adu is its doer, and we are going to say, label this wa'adu. Kana is fi'l naqis, fi'l naqisun, and fi'l past tense fi'l madin, and it is naqis. Okay. Wa'adu is its file, but we are not going to say its file. We are going to say wa'adu ismu kana. Wa'adu is ismu kana. But wa'adu is not limited to wa'adu, because wa'adu rabbi. So wa'adu, promise of my master. Wa'adu is mudaf, and rabbi is mudaf ilayh. And again, ya mutakallim is another mudaf ilayh. So it's a combination of two idafa. So the mubtada is from, oh sorry, the mubtada is from kana to rabbi. Kana is the ism naqis, wa'adu rabbi is ismu kana. Okay, chain together. Now it's khabar. Haqqan, you can see two fatha. Haqqan. So khabar is in nasb status. Evidently it is in nasb status. So this is khabru kana. We are going to label as haqqan as khabru kana. Now the promise of my master was true. Okay, then the next example. Wakana arshuhu alal ma. Here again kana is, let me take a red box for fi'l naqis. Red, not blue. Okay. Kana, which is fi'l naqis, then an ism which is in rafa status would be its ism. Arshuhu. So this is mubtada. Kana arshuhu, together forming mubtada. And arshuhu is ismu kana. Alal ma'u is mutaliq bil khabar. So this is mutaliq bil khabru kana. Okay. His throne was on water. Then wakan Allahu wa'asiyan hakima. Wakan Allahu wa'asiyan hakima. Kana again fi'l naqis. Then Allahu ismi jalala in rafa status with dammatu zahra, evident damma. So ismu kana, Allahu ismi jalala, ismu kana, wa'asiyan hakiman. So we have two khabar here, and both are in nasb status. You can see very well, right? Khabar is usually nakira, that's why both are in nakira too. Common form too. Wa'asiyan hakiman. So two khabar. Khabru kana 1, khabru kana 2. Then another example, kuntum a'daan. Here, kana has a different conjugation because of attached pronoun. Tum, kuntum. Kun is kana. Oh, no, I should make it red because it's mubtada. So kana, and it's doer tum, antum, together forming mubtada. So antum is ismu kana. Adaan. Adaan is what? It's khabar, which is in nasb status. Okay. So all of you were enemies. Kuntum a'da'an. Again, you can say, see, it's nasb is in status with two fatha. So these were the example, and you can see how you are going to analyze a jumla ismiya containing fi'l naqis. Okay. Now we have exercise, and inshallah we are going to do this exercise in the interactive session. So far in today's session, you learn what is افعال ناقصه, what are they there. Let me go back to the first slide. Okay. So you learn what are افعال ناقصه. These are incomplete because they don't make complete sense, and they need an extra ism, which is in nasb status, as a detail, and we call that detail as the khabar because the sentence in which fi'l naqis comes is a jumla ismiya, not a jumla fi'liya. So we need to label it as mubtada and khabar. And here are the examples we learned through the description, and then all 13 on the same slide. Then we rearrange them to make it easier to memorize. Kana, Laisa, Sora, Dalla, Asbaha, Adha, Amsa, Bata. Then Ma Dala, Ma Dama, Ma Baraha, Ma Fata, Ma Anfaka. Okay. Now, and we also went through the word-to-word meaning of each of these fi'l naqis, and then we did the sentence structure. Jumla ismiya with, or a particular jumla ismiya containing fi'l naqis. And in that jumla ismiya, the mubtada has two parts, fi'l naqis and its doer, which is called as ismu kana or ismu of any of its sisters. And then the khabar, which is mansoob here. The status of khabar is nasb in its status. Okay. So that's the end of this session. Let's conclude it with dua. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.